6. Stress and emotion management. How to face daily challenges with mindfulness. Recognizing stress and negative emotions. In the context of stress and emotion management, the crucial first step is to recognize stress and negative emotions. This process of recognition allows us to become aware of what we are feeling and to understand the underlying causes of our emotional reactions. In this section, we will explore how mindfulness can help us identify stress and negative emotions and how this recognition can contribute to our overall well-being. Observe physical sensations. Often, stress and negative emotions manifest themselves through physical sensations, such as muscle tension, headaches, or fatigue. Paying attention to these sensations can help us recognize the presence of stress or negative emotions and better understand our emotional state. Listening to thoughts. Our thoughts can provide important clues about our emotions. Listening to thoughts without judgment and with curiosity allows us to recognize negative thought patterns or concerns that may indicate the presence of stress or negative emotions. Identifying emotions. The ability to identify and label emotions is a key element in managing stress and emotions. Mindfulness practice helps us develop this skill by improving our awareness of emotions and enabling us to recognize negative emotions as soon as they emerge. Exploring the causes of stress. Once we recognize stress and negative emotions, it is important to examine the underlying causes of these experiences. Mindfulness encourages us to reflect on the circumstances, thoughts, and beliefs that contribute to stress, allowing us to better understand our emotional reactions and find more effective solutions to daily challenges. Pay attention to warning signs. Every individual has personal warning signs that indicate increased stress or the onset of negative emotions. Paying attention to these signals and recognizing them early can help us intervene before stress becomes excessive or negative emotions have a negative impact on our lives. In the next section, we will elaborate on the importance of accepting emotions without judgment. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our emotions with curiosity and compassion, enabling us to deal with stress and negative emotions more effectively and sustainably. Through acceptance without judgment, we can develop a healthier relationship with ourselves and our emotional experiences, promoting long-term well-being. Accepting emotions without judgment. We have explored the importance of recognizing stress and negative emotions. Once these emotions have been identified, the next step is to accept them without judgment. In this section, we will delve into how mindfulness teaches us to accept emotions without criticism, promoting greater emotional awareness and well-being. Abandon judgment. The tendency to judge our emotions as good or bad can fuel emotional resistance and stress. Mindfulness encourages us to observe emotions in a non-judgmental way, recognizing that all emotions have value and purpose. Cultivating kindness toward ourselves. Accepting emotions without judgment also involves treating ourselves with kindness and compassion. When we feel overwhelmed by negative emotions, it is important to remember that we are human beings and that experiencing uncomfortable emotions is a natural part of the human experience. Working with emotions instead of fighting them. Instead of fighting negative emotions, mindfulness teaches us to welcome them and work with them. This approach allows us to better understand the causes of our emotions and develop more effective strategies for managing them. Recognize the impermanence of emotions. Emotions, even the most intense ones, are temporary and change over time. Accepting emotions without judgment helps us recognize their impermanent nature, facilitating the process of letting them go when the time is right. Creating a space for emotional experience. Accepting emotions without judgment also involves giving them the space to exist. This means acknowledging and respecting our emotions, without trying to suppress or ignore them. Developing emotional resilience. Accepting emotions without judgment allows us to develop emotional resilience. When we are able to deal with difficult emotions with acceptance and compassion, we become better able to handle stress and emotional challenges in the future. In the next section, we will elaborate on how practicing presence and mindfulness in the present moment is critical in managing stress and emotions. Through the practice of mindfulness, we will learn to focus on the here and now, increasing our awareness of current experiences and our reactions to them. This mindful presence enables us to face daily challenges with greater balance and serenity, improving our ability to manage stress and negative emotions in the long run. 6.3 Practicing presence and mindfulness in the present moment. Having discussed the importance of accepting emotions without judgment, we will now explore the importance of practicing presence and attention to the present moment in managing stress and emotions. Mindfulness teaches us to focus on the here and now, allowing us to develop a greater awareness of our experiences and emotional reactions. Living in the present. We often become overwhelmed by thoughts about the past and future, which can increase stress and anxiety. By focusing on the present moment, we can reduce these worries and live with greater balance and serenity. Focus on the present experience. Paying attention to the physical sensations, thoughts and emotions we experience in the present moment allows us to develop a deeper awareness of our reactions and better understand the causes of our stress and negative emotions. Creating a conscious pause. Practicing presence and attention to the present moment can help us create a conscious pause between external stimuli and our automatic reactions. This pause gives us the opportunity to choose a more appropriate and less reactive response to stressful situations. Cultivate curiosity and openness. Being present and attentive to the present moment encourages us to approach our experiences with curiosity and openness, which can lead to a greater understanding of ourselves and the situations we face. Developing self-awareness. Attention to the present moment allows us to observe our thought patterns and emotional habits with greater clarity. This awareness can help us identify areas in our lives where we can make positive changes to reduce stress and improve our emotional well-being. Reinforcing the practice of mindfulness. Practicing presence and attention to the present moment is a fundamental element of mindfulness. By integrating this practice into our daily lives, we can strengthen our ability to manage stress and emotions more effectively and sustainably. In the next section, we will examine how to use breathing as an anchor for our attention to the present moment. Breathing is a powerful tool that can help us stay grounded in the here and now, providing a constant reference point to return to when our minds become distracted. By learning to focus our attention on breathing, we can develop a deeper presence and awareness, enabling us to deal with stress and negative emotions with greater balance and resilience. Using breathing as an anchor. We will now explore how to use breathing as an anchor to stay grounded in the here and now and face daily challenges with greater balance and resilience. Breathing as an anchor. Breathing is a natural and constant process that accompanies us in every moment of our lives. Using it as an anchor helps us focus on the present, reducing the tendency to get carried away by thoughts about the past and future. Mindful breathing techniques. Practicing mindful breathing techniques, such as diaphragmatic breathing and four-stroke breathing, can help us stabilize the mind and body, reducing stress and promoting relaxation. Bringing attention to the breath. When we find that we are overwhelmed by thoughts and emotions, we can bring our attention to the breath, observing the sensations associated with inhaling and exhaling. This helps us reconnect with the present moment and create a conscious pause between external stimuli and our reactions. Breathing as a means of rebalancing. Using breathing as an anchor allows us to rebalance our energy, calm the mind and reduce the intensity of negative emotions. In this way, we can face stressful situations with greater clarity and serenity. Integration into daily life. Breathing can be used as an anchor at any time of the day, whether during daily activities, such as working, exercising or interacting with others, or during periods of rest and meditation. Integrating this practice into our routine allows us to cultivate a more consistent mindful presence. Combining breathing with other mindfulness practices. Breathing can be used in combination with other mindfulness practices, such as body scanning and walking meditation, to strengthen our awareness of the present moment and improve our ability to manage stress and emotions. In the next section, we will focus on developing self-compassion as a tool for facing daily challenges with greater loving kindness and understanding. Self-compassion teaches us how to treat ourselves with kindness and take care of ourselves in times of difficulty, rather than falling into the trap of self-criticism and judgment. By learning to cultivate self-compassion, we can increase our emotional resilience and live a more balanced and fulfilling life. Developing self-compassion. After examining how to use breathing as an anchor to manage stress and emotions, in this section we will focus on the importance of developing self-compassion as an integral part of our mindfulness practice. Self-compassion enables us to face daily challenges with an attitude of loving kindness and understanding toward ourselves, improving our emotional resilience and overall well-being. What is self-compassion? Self-compassion is the ability to treat ourselves with the same kindness, understanding and care that we would offer a close friend. It involves acknowledging our pain and difficulties, without judging ourselves harshly or over-identifying with negative emotions. 3 components of self-compassion. The practice of self-compassion is based on 3 basic components: self-kindness, a sense of common humanity and balanced awareness. Self-kindness encourages us to treat each other with loving kindness and understanding. A sense of common humanity reminds us that all human beings experience suffering and hardship, and balanced awareness allows us to observe our emotions without judgment or identification. Benefits of self-compassion. Numerous research studies show that self-compassion is associated with greater emotional resilience, lower levels of stress, anxiety and depression, and better overall well-being. In addition, cultivating self-compassion can improve our self-esteem, our ability to cope with challenges, and our satisfaction in life. Practices to develop self-compassion. There are several mindfulness practices that can help us cultivate self-compassion, including meditation on loving kindness, the practice of reassuring touch, and the compassion letter exercise. These practices help us develop an attitude of loving kindness and support toward ourselves, especially during times of difficulty. Incorporating self-compassion into daily life. We can incorporate self-compassion into our daily lives through small acts of kindness and care toward ourselves, such as giving ourselves regular breaks, nourishing our bodies and minds, and reminding ourselves to be patient and understanding of our imperfections. Self-compassion as the basis for compassion toward others. By developing self-compassion, we can also improve our ability to be compassionate toward others, expanding our sense of empathy and connection with the people around us.